Taurus 9.42 22 long rifle. First range report, plus a senior shooter's perspective on the snub-nose revolver.
Okay, what we have here today is a new, never been fired, never been played Taurus 942 snub nose in stainless steel in 22. See how the senior citizens might like this particular model of gun. It's relatively heavy, but again, then it's stainless steel, and it's got, they call that an adjustable sight. And I would say it's, well, I guess it's adjustable. It's not quite what I thought it would be when I ordered. So anyway, here we go. We'll shoot it at the blue
the right one.
And I think we're 7.5 yards. I'll fire a couple single action and then it's pretty stiff.
We got quite a few hits in the green ring or better on your target.
Single action ones are in the 10 ring.
Yeah, single action shots in the 9, 1 in the 9, 3 in the bullseye.
Yeah.
Double action shots got them in the hip and in the arm.
Yeah.
But of course, that's a small size silhouette.
Yeah, so this has to be on the shooter. We obviously know the gun is capable.
Yeah.
So, and that's
a double on that side.
Yeah. So, but the double action trigger, as you might suspect, is well, it's what you would expect.
Little aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. The single action, no problem, no recoil. I thought the sights were functional. I mean, I could see shooting a lot of tin cans with it.
Yeah. Last time when we were here, you were shooting your Chief Special in 38, and you commented that you thought it was time for the 22. Do you think you made the right decision going with the 22 today after one cylinder?
I couldn't even, honestly, I couldn't even detect the recoil. I'm sure there was. But,
you might want to keep because they're shooting over there. But
so from the standpoint of recoil today, it was very pleasant. So you'll have to try it.
Okay. Looks fun. Okay, I'm going to shoot at the left-hand little green man UFO target that has some advertisements for other targets at the bottom.
First 4, I'm going to do single action.
Next 4, double action. Here we go. I forgot to start target cam for the last 8. So I'm going to shoot 8 more. Center mass on that target. Same thing. First 4 will be double action or single action. Last 4 will be double action. And we're shooting the good ammo today. That's right. Don't let people tell you Thunderbolt's not good. Here we go. It might also be loosening up on that eject because I was able to eject those last 8 by hand that time. Double action trigger pull is going to take a little getting used to, but single action seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to do all mine double action.
Okay.
That was better.
Yeah, I think you got 7 of 8 on the target between the shoulder and the 7 ring, it looks like. One of them just off the paper.
Okay, I'm going to do another 8, and I'm not really going to, I'm going to try to point, not aim.
Okay. Instinct shooting. One of those rounds didn't want to fire the first time, it looked like.
Nope, but
That's bulk ammo.
it is a 22. There we go. That is sticky. And I was shooting pretty fast, really.
Yeah. Most of them on the target with the double action pull a little to the right, but that's that aggressive double action trigger that just needs some practice. I would say my target, not too bad, mostly center mass.
It's good right in here.
I think my double action ones are probably these ones up in this area. So far, I like it. Double action trigger, certainly not in the same ballpark as, say, my LCR, but single action, very shootable.
I think we should move it back and try a couple shots just to see. Can we do it at 15 yards?
Okay.
See how it does with some enhanced distance. Not very clear.
Four single action, 4 double action at the cranium zone of our mini silhouette target out there. Let's see if I can put any hits on it. Here we go. I'm doing the left-hand green one.
A birthday party developed with some rapid fire fun in the next base over, and it prevented us from getting our usual interview style breakdown for today's video. Instead, we're going to use some voiceover to convey those points. As you can see from our 15-yard target, neither of us did very well at putting hits on those targets, but that is on the shooters, not the revolver. We revisited the range a few days later, and off camera, after a day of practice under our belts, we were able to more effectively put hits and actually decent groups on those 15-yard targets. In the middle of our range footage today, you would have seen one round that didn't fire on the first drop of the hammer. We first chalked that up to cheap range ammo, but it wasn't an ammo issue, and it was actually a case where that round wasn't fully seated in the chamber when the ammo was loaded. The first hammer impact seated that round, and the second then set it off. We fired multiple cylinders since then, both with the good ammo and a few other brands of 22, and we've had 0 failures since. At self-defense ranges, the crew and I both felt that the Taurus 942 was plenty accurate enough. With the hammer cocked, it is easier to do a very accurate shot, so if you're going to carry this revolver as a self-defense firearm, we'd recommend devoting most of your practice to shooting with the double action trigger. It has what we'd consider the standard stout double action trigger that is found on many 22 revolvers. That double action trigger, well, it's not quite as aggressive as some others, but that doesn't mean it's not demanding nonetheless. A lighter double action trigger would be nice, but at least it's not so demanding as to be unshootable. With practice, it is possible to get at least to the competent and comfortable levels with it. When it comes to sights, even though the rear sight is advertised as drift adjustable, we put it at the same level as the frame integrated rear sights that come standard on most snub-nose revolvers these days. And that same thing is true for that front anti-glare ramp sight. They're good enough for the intended use case, but they still leave much to be desired. In a future video where we use this 942, you're likely to see that front sight has been painted to help make it more visible. Against the black or dark blue targets that we've been shooting as of late, the stock black sights are, well, they're challenging to pick up. The final question for today's video is, would the crew recommend the 942 as something that fellow senior shooters should buy? Yes. The 942 is priced in that $400 ballpark, which is a good $200 cheaper than a Ruger LCR and 22 long rifle, and a good $300 cheaper compared to, say, the Smith & Wesson 22 snubbies, which make it one of the more budget-friendly 22 long rifle snub-nose revolvers available. Being chambered in 22 long rifle, it has very mild recoil, along with very budget-friendly ammo to practice with. That combination enables it to be a revolver that is both fun and easy to practice with that doesn't have demanding recoil. Most would agree that in a self-defense situation, shot placement is more important than the caliber of your ammo. So while the 942 isn't the largest caliber revolver out there, in fact far from it, but it is budget-friendly, accurate, reliable, easy to shoot, with ammo that is easy on the wallet, so you end up with a package that lends itself to frequent, regular practice, things that lend themselves to good shot placement. Well, anyway, if you've been enjoying our videos featuring firearms from a senior shooter's perspective, keep an eye out for our next video in the series, where we take a look at another very fun, very accurate, and very reliable 22 firearm, this time a semi-automatic pistol, and the crew will make a very convincing argument on why it just might be the perfect handgun for senior shooters.
Well, this seems like a good place to end our video for today. If you like and enjoyed our content, please let us know in the comments section. And if you have time, please click that subscribe button. And Finn and I really appreciate you getting this far.
They have no idea where we are, who we are, where we're coming from, or who we're throwing to.
Yeah! Cookie! They're gonna drop the games on you! Hey!
Those dogs that look like that have more fun than any dog. Because they're always chasing things and running and going after stuff and retrieving.